Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. We discuss pro wrestling from a wide variety of eras, preferably the old school stuff before 1998 or so, because that's where my passion is. But oftentimes we discuss other stuff. But we got another 10 versions of the Superstars of Wrestling series here, and that is a cool thing because, well, Superstars is an awesome show, but also because it allows us to cross into, I think, 300 or so episodes of that particular program, and I always love those milestone deals. We will be going back to Mid Atlantic Wrestling as well, finishing that series off. And obviously, through the summer, my goal is to continue doing this. My eventual goal is to have nearly 30, 40,000 of these available for your listening pleasure, but long, long way from there, as you can probably tell, and ultimately kind of make things go in a positive direction in that way. In any event, this is the um, June 17th, 1995 edition of Superstars, and we'll run the next little ones for a little bit here. Needless to say, June of 95. A lot of people say is a weak time. I'm not so much a major believer in that, as I think 95, 96, 97, the last good years, once we get to the Austin age of 98 and the Vince Russo era, I think wrestling starts to die. But needless to say, the gimmicks are certainly unique in a way that may not appeal to everybody. But as we move forward, Bret Hart and Henry Godwinn are the, I guess you'd say, main focus of this particular episode as we go forward here. And certainly, a basic run. Bret Hart, of course, kind of still getting ready for the Isaac Yankem and Jerry Lawler feuds to contend to continue. And like I said, we kind of move forward into a very unique time. Henry Godwinn defeating Bret Hart via count out. Jerry Lawler comes to ringside. Lawler still trying to get attention for his match upcoming. And Hart and Godwinn have a decent enough match. Again, kind of a back and forth deal. Bret Hart still treated like a guy who matters, at least on some level here. And of course, there's also the promo of Jerry Lawler standing in a stable with a white horse, and he basically is out there in horse manure with his foot shoved in that horseman manure ahead of the um, King of the Ring Kiss My Foot match with Bret Hart, and their feud has been going on since for about 2 years, on and off, Lawler and Hart. So hard shots by Hart on Godwinn in the corner. Godwinn runs into the foot of Hart. Big drop kick under the chin by Bret Hart, and Hart with the deep arm drag. Bret Hart kind of going pretty consistently here. Hart also gets brawled down a little bit, and Hart is very basic with his approach to selling, and but gets everything he wants. Attempted roll up by Hart. Hart sent to the outside of the ringside area, and a very basic run there. Henry Godwinn does try to get some degree of attempted victory here. The slingshots sunset flip attempt by Bret Hart does not get him where he wants to be. Sit out by Godwinn on the back of Bret Hart, cinching up on the very basic chin lock, and Godwinn going right after Bret Hart. Match is actually pretty good for the time period. Obviously, much more gimmickry than average. That would come in the next little while. The backbreaker by Bret Hart. Hart also hits the hard elbow by, or a hard elbow by Bret Hart, and a super basic run there. Um, Hart again manages the kick to the midsection there, and ultimately Bret Hart gets distracted by Jerry Lawler coming his way out to the ringside area, and is eventually run out to go after Lawler. Jacob and Eli Blue with Uncle Zebekiah against John Smith and Gus Karras. Jacob and Eli Blue, otherwise known as the Harris Twins, kind of doing a country, hillbilly, deep West Virginia, Kentucky style gimmick, very basic punch kick. The Blue Twins never really get over in the WWE, regardless of which gimmick they use, whether it's DOA or whatever. Although, I mean, they're good for a southern promotion. I don't know that they ever really hit with either of the national promotions. Anyway, hard shots by the Blue Twins, and again, they kind of hit pretty strongly, although their size is what carries them. Double team maneuvers, but a very basic punch kick. Addition there, the hype for the King of the Ring tournament. Yokozuna says he is going to beat the King. Going forward, King Mabel is up next, and the hype for him, King Mabel says he's going to win. There is a feud between Man Mountain Rock and Bob Backlund. Rock basically is getting under Backlund's skin because of the rock and roll music that he continues to want to play, and there is no support there from Bob Backlund. And we see the Man Mountain Rock character with the guitar in the middle of the ring, kind of playing him out and getting a squash match here. Very basic maneuvers in the squash match, as it were. Snapmare takeover and other really basic maneuvers. Hits the head drop and other really basic moves. Man Mountain Rock defeating Kenny Kendall via submission with the Painkiller armbar. Of course, the Man Mountain Rock character, formerly known as Max Payne in WCW, but obviously cannot use that name here. Some body slams, eventually hits that Painkiller armbar suplex, as well as Max Payne gets ready to do the Bob Backlund duties around the house show circuit. Then we go to Jeff Jarrett up next in a enhancement style match, working over the leg shin crusher, then goes into the figure four. Of course, Jarrett, a Intercontinental Champion at the time, John Shiznowski gets the submission, does Jarrett with the figure four, super basic, and Jarrett's only here for a little over a month, walking out after In Your House 2, Shawn Michaels match, the best match of Jarrett's career. Quick roll up though by the enhancement talent as he tries to get a quick victory on Jarrett. Love the fact that even in these squash matches, upon occasion, you'd see some of the guys getting a little bit of offense with a guy like Jeff Jarrett. Then there's Bam Bam Bigelow and Diesel cutting a interview basically saying they are ready to team at the King of the Ring tournament. Obviously not going to make a whole bunch of people tune in to the King of the Ring, a throwaway tag team match, but I think they're trying to protect Diesel. Jean-Pierre Lafitte up next, at the time, facing off against an enhancement talent. Enhancement talent is none other than Reginald Walker. Beats him with a cannonball. Of course, the Jean-Pierre Lafitte gimmick doesn't go too terribly far. He's out of the WWF by the end of this year, but very basic punch kick offense, and however, the cannonball and the toss over the top rope. Jean-Pierre Lafitte, otherwise known as PCO, still around here in 2022. Think about that. That cannonball does get him a good run here and ultimately gets him a victory over his adversary. Then we go to another in the series, the hype for the Hall of Fame. Pedro Morales, among others, going to be inducted. Hall of Fame is a good thing. And then they go to the guest ring announcer gimmick, which they're doing at the time, 95 through, or 94, 95, 96 maybe, there, and trying to get people to pay attention in that way. Then we see Savio Vega make his way to the ring. Savio Vega, having been doing the Quang thing up until the last little while, has a squash match here, but he's been in this gimmick for about a year or so, and kind of doing a little bit of, or actually not quite that long, a couple of months. Hollywood Bob Starr, I believe, is the enhancement talent at the time, and hard chops and such by the adversary to Vega, although Vega manages to get a good bit of a run around. Actually, Bob Cook is the enhancement talent. I am incorrect. So my apologies to Mr. Cook. But anyway, Spin kick by Vega, and he gets a quick victory here. Again, a lot of people aren't a fan of this time period, but certainly worth giving a run to, and ultimately hype for future things, including the Sid and um, Sid and Tatanka tag team getting ready to take on Diesel and uh, Bam Bam Bigelow. Next week, also, we've got Bam Bam Bigelow against Mantor and other matches. But we will close for today. We'll be back with more right after this.